What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Gavin from GTTV back at long last with another Ricky Gervais episode. So we're dropping episode 2 of season 1, which is the title is called Knob at Night. Anyway, peeps, it took me 10 days to drop the second part. Over the Christmas period, I've been ill. I've had some sort of stomach bug. Apparently, there's some bug going round. Everyone in the household seemed to have it, but it affected me over the Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, so I didn't eat at all for 3 days. So I thought, you know what, I'm feeling better, got my strength back, there's no better time to sit down, have a beer and watch a bit of Ricky Gervais. So we're gonna have a laugh now for the next 23 minutes. Anyway, peeps, if this is the first time, check me out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, you know all the good stuff. I just want to get straight into this, so let's begin. Oh, quick shout out all the people who've left me comments, much appreciated, and the kind of new influx of subscribers. I will get back to you. As I said, I've been a little bit ill, but I will get back to you all. So let's crack on. Knob at night. Knob at night. Pardon me. The beer.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Rick, you'll be pleased to know we've already had some responses, and Simon and Mark have already emailed us in this link to something that was on the BBC News website. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's a remarkable story. Lion mutilates 42 midgets in Cambodian ring fight. That's just the headline.
That's a hell of a headline. That makes me want to know more about the story.
Well, that's what
a headline should do.
Spectators cheered as entire Cambodian midget fighting league squared off against African lion. Tickets had been sold out 3 weeks before the much anticipated fight.
That can't be
The fight
real,
was
can it?
organised when an angry fan contested Yang Shamoni, president of the CNFL, claiming that one lion could defeat his entire league of 42 fighters. Well, the fight was ended, Rick, after only 12 minutes, after which 28 of the midget fighters were declared dead.
Oh, Jesus
while
Christ.
the other 14 suffered severe injuries, including broken bones, lost limbs, and they were basically unable to fight.
But the
anymore.
lion wasn't hurt.
It would have seemed that the lion was okay.
Oh, good. Well, that's amazing.
Carl, what are your thoughts instantly? I mean, you're bound to have a take on that.
See, what's annoying me is I've sent money to Cambodia because apparently they're hungry and haven't got any energy. So what's going on?
Well, it's much easier to fill up a midget than it is a regular Cambodian. You know, they're
I just
happy
feel
on
like
a Mars
I'm
bar.
being cheated a bit.
You were
Oh, you're getting robbed.
Charity, weren't you?
Well, a few times, yeah.
What about the old lady? What was that?
I got stopped, and it's like they sort of drag you in by saying, "Have you got a gran?" And I said, "No, they died." And that it's like, "Oh, did they die of the cold?" No, she's, ill. What have you? Just old age. He said, "Well, what happens with a lot of people's grans is they die in the cold, right?" So I was like, "Oh, that's bad, isn't it?" Anyway, so she's chatting and she's showing me pictures of these old women who look cold, right? Saying, "Look at her, that's Edna. You know, she's got no family. She can't pay the bills and all that."
Yeah.
So I'm
Edna's
like, "Oh,
shivering,
yeah."
man.
Anyway, it goes on for about 15 minutes and you feel bad. You give them your bank details, right? And what happens is every
Carl, you
couple of
didn't.
months you get a letter from Edna. Well, it's not from her, it's typed up and what have you. But there's a picture of Edna, right? And it's saying, "Oh, this December, Edna's going to be extra cold. It's cold outside. She can't afford to pay the heat and what have you."
Yeah.
It's like when you adopt a child or a pet, isn't it? Like an orangutan, and you get a letter every couple of months to see how they're doing.
Keep going, right? So you keep paying every month like £5, whatever. Get another letter.
Oh, he's mad.
Right? Edna's sat there. She's got a tan.
What do you mean she's got a tan?
Well, when they said, she's cold, I thought they meant for the heating, not to send her on holiday for a month. She sat there with a tan. I'm not joking.
Mediterranean
Are you sure it wasn't
cruise.
just a sort of a slight problem in the printing?
No, definitely.
Sure, it
She looked
wasn't.
well happy.
Sure, it wasn't liver failure.
You see, when does it become like bad to
Robbery.
like that? Do you know what I mean? Because some people say,
Oh,
you
see,
shouldn't,
see.
you know, that they're people like us who've just had a bit of bad luck. And
Well, of course they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I remember one on our estate, right? And she was a bit. What's the word that you can use? Because I don't want to offend anyone. But I'd say
Homeless person.
but sort of mental homeless. Is that a term?
That's the official term.
I think that is the,
That is the new
yeah.
official term.
He started that off by saying, "I don't want to offend anyone." Mental homeless. He's got away with words as our Carl, hadn't he?
It's mental homeless-itis.
Right. So she lived on the estate and what have you, and she aged.
How was she
pretty-
homeless if she lived on the estate?
Well, she sort of decided to stay around there because I think
All right.
people on the estate spoke to her more than people who had money. So this mental homeless woman on the estate, and what she used to do, right? She acted quite normal, and she used to always push like a pram around with her, right? Everyone was like, she can't have a kid, can she? Right? And she was dead happy every day. She was up and down, walking up and down the road. Anyway, one day she sort of walked past, right? Turned round and looked in the pram. There was a bucket with a face on it.
Oh, bless her, man. Can't laugh at an old lady for doing that, man.
Rick, we've had an
Well, you
email
can.
here from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, and he's calling himself this, Paul the Party Animal Parker. He's emailed in. He's given himself that moniker.
Right, I assume they're in sort of like quote marks,
They're
are
in,
they?
in speech marks, yeah. Paul
Brilliant.
the Party Animal Parker.
And he's calling himself that.
Yeah.
That I can't wait.
So
I
when you
phone
picture him,
rang.
what are you thinking?
Millhouse.
Right, okay.
I think he looks like Millhouse from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
He's
working in sort of an IT department, maybe?
Yeah,
for a large
possibly.
organisation?
Oh, I think he might still be at school.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
and this is the vital question. Do you believe him to be a party animal?
I believe him to be a party animal is as much as a man with a long scarf that his mum knitted him to look like Doctor Who can be a party animal,
Yeah.
yes.
What's
Do you
what's
think
for
that
the
when people are
quick
organising parties at his school, they're thinking the first person they got to get on the list and make sure he's guaranteed as
You've
a
got
guest
to take Paul the
is
party
is
animal.
Paul Parker.
Because I bet he's got millions of affectations. I bet he wants to be known as the one that carries around a biscuit tin.
Yeah.
You know,
Go on, do it.
He's got the
No, he's
scarf.
not doing
Guy who only ever wears bowling shoes. It's his thing. It's his thing. He's a little bit kooky. It's his thing. It's very interesting what he sent in. He's found this on the web. A Serbian man who has invented a sex machine for women, and he's appealing to Western women to test his device. It runs on a 390-volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. As soon as I read this, I was thinking. It's just imagining there going, oh, thanks for coming in. Yeah, okay. So there's what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop out from here, and it's going to have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine. I've got to stand behind here. There's a lot of dials and stuff. I don't wanna bore
pull a
you.
few
Why do you stand
knobs.
behind it? Just,
I can't. It's technical stuff, but I got to go behind the machine.
but there's no,
Proceeds to
there's no
get
penis
undressed.
on the robot at the moment. It's just a hole.
Don't worry. What'll happen is I'll switch the machine on. I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking penis?
It will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular
Lifelike.
fleshy human penis.
So you've made this sort of like robot penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance. You
Okay,
wouldn't-
well, I don't want to see yours.
No, there's absolutely not.
Because I'm not commanded to have sex with a person.
I know, you come around to test the machine.
Yeah, I'm
and that
sorry,
is
to-
exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
a lovely
well,
piece
you-
of mechanical action.
To a lot of people, sex is important, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Not to you.
Well, it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have kids, so what purpose?
You know.
Something
I
to
was
do.
going to
and he
say,
wants to do it.
kids,
With a
children.
telephone.
But for years, like they've found stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that similar to that setup.
No machines in Roman times.
Like that though, the old sort of knob on a stick machine thing.
I'm sorry, but I watch Time Team every week. And Tony Robinson has
Where
never
did he
done
learn?
that.
Oh shit, sorry.
Knob on a
The
stick.
camera, I've
Just
lost,
think
sorry.
Julius
folks.
Caesar sitting down and go,
Oh, fuck.
okay, aqueduct,
The man
we love
said
that.
knob on a
Thanks
stick.
For that. Straight roads, good idea. We can see the enemy coming. What have you got there?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
Plonticus. What have you got there?
You asked.
Wanklicus.
Wankers.
What I've got here is a Yodi knob, and I've put that on the end of a stick.
Dick on a stick.
Oh, sticker's phallus. Okay, well done, Wanklicus. Well done. You are my new right-hand man, as they say.
No,
Excellent.
But they do stuff like that. You've been in the London Museum and that, and they've got sort of sex stuff from years ago. They've got like these metal pants that they used to wear.
I don't know what that is.
Metal pants?
Yeah, sort of
Is
metal.
that a chastity belt, you mean? They used to make women wear them so that they could
When-
have
when-
sex
when-
with
No,
men
but
who were-
they had them for blokes as well, though.
Metal pants for blokes.
Yeah,
Why?
I just think they sort of like sexy metal pants.
What? Oh, I don't know what you mean.
What
with
are you
sexy
talking
metal
about?
pants.
Well, we'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something I remember seeing, some sort of sexy metal pants that they used to wear.
But what are you saying? Sexy metal
Come on,
pants?
was that was
I
at
know,
the
what is
Museum,
he
that was
saying?
Soho.
No, what I mean
That was
is
on Compton
Metal
Street. You were
pants.
in
they
the
always
shop
said to
window.
be ready for like battle and that, but these were a little bit sexy but protective at the same time.
I love that.
Sorry, my
So
daughter's
Lancelot,
just
are you
coming.
ready
Pass it us.
to face the Black Knight? Yeah, I'm just.
Cheers.
Huh?
I just want to look good on the battlefield. Will there be women watching, cheering us on?
Well, you're not going to fight like that, are you? What about with your
I'm going to wear nothing except these sexy metal pants.
But what about your chest is exposed?
No,
Nothing is-
well, it's a good chest. I've been working out.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean is, you want metal all
I've
over.
actually been lifting up the round table every week. I just work out, do that about 4 times a day.
But that machine, right? Why did it have to be a woman, or could they have got a little gay fella in?
I don't
Let me
know.
just check.
Why has he mentioned that?
Actually specify the small print here.
I love that. Why do you want to see a little gay fella be?
I don't want to see it. I'm just saying they're sort of more.
Carl, why do you want?
don't wanna see it.
Why do you want to
I wanna
watch a
see it.
gay
Why?
man get buggered
'Cause
by
women-
a robot?
I wasn't the
Like,
one typing
have
in
sex
gay
with
machines
men.
on the internet.
Straight
finding stuff
women.
out about
It's not a
Steve
game
was.
machine. You just made it into a game machine.
Yeah, he wanted to pleasure women with this machine. You're saying, can I see a little gay fella get a robotic cock up his arse? You're the one requesting that, Carl
I don't want that.
Pilkington.
I'm just saying that.
You're the one that wants to see
You want it, Carl?
gay men with metal stuff up their anus.
No, what I'm saying is they're more
Harness.
up for a bit more experimentation than.
What are you saying? Why is that the case?
Why? Why'd you say that?
No, just they just butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is,
You can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they.
Rewind, Carl.
What do
Come
you
on,
know about
man.
butt plugs?
I don't know anything about them. I just remember seeing an advert for some once in a sex shop.
What
as
are
a
you
way-
doing? What are you doing?
No, I wasn't. I was just.
Oh,
walking
look at him,
past-
he's
I was
digging,
walking
you're
past the
digging.
Sex shop and that, and
Your
you
eyes
know, you're
glitz,
sort of
glancing,
looking.
glistening.
Why were you walking past the sex shop?
Just because I was on the way to work and that, and I passed one, and there was a little sort of one. It was open early, which I never understood. Right, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. Right, and I
Who's
thought,
rushing out
who's
for butt plugs
rushing
that
out?
early in
Yeah,
the
who
morning,
needs them now? Right, but I
I
sort
must
of
get
had
a bagel and some poppers on the way to work.
I walked past it, and it had like a little post-it note or postcard type thing, and it was
Bagel and
like pop in
poppers.
now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plugs. And I didn't know what they for. I'd never heard of them before. But all I'm saying is I've since found out what they do with them.
What
And
do
if
they
they do that with them, then
Yeah.
give them a go on that.
I don't know how his mind works, but I don't know. The guy's
Another
something
email
else,
here.
man.
It's an interesting fact. I'm hoping it's true. America's first nudist organisation apparently was founded in 1929 by 3 men. Now, what intrigued me when I read that is the fact that it's clearly 3 blokes just trying to meet some nude women.
They're all 52 balding
Exactly.
with little so those golden.
It should have been them
glasses.
3 when they're old.
Yeah.
And they're just wandering around, and it's all quite saggy down there, and they're just knocking on doors saying, "We've just set up an organisation. It's perfectly above board, completely
Yeah.
legitimate. It's a nudist
The headphone
organisation.
keeps dropping
You
out.
got any women in there that want to come and join us? Because
Well,
we haven't got
not
any
really.
female members at the moment. Got any women in there interested in, volleyball or trampoline?
I can't be doing with it, me.
You hate nudists, don't you?
Nudists. I don't understand what it's all about at the end of the day. And here's something, right? Do you know, like, when you're a bloke nudist, right? Do you ever get any who just have, like, a small knob?
I don't understand the question.
What's your point?
Well, are there any blokes who are knocking about who just have a normal-sized knob, or maybe a bit smaller than normal, who are happy wandering about showing off what they haven't got, if you know what I mean?
I don't think nudists are just doing it because they're so proud of their knob.
No, but there's got to be a little bit of that in it, isn't there? Just saying, most blokes who, nudists, they must be pretty confident in themselves to, I looked once.
What? Where are you
Because
going?
it's
What is
natural.
this?
It's natural, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
What do you mean
This
it's
is
natural?
Carl takes a sneaky look at
No.
menscocks.com.
No, what I'm saying is, it's
Where
natural.
was this happening? You were in a gym.
No.
A lot of guys are getting changed, and you were just checking
you're,
out their
you're, you're at your bedroom window with a pair of binoculars,
No.
and there was a little fella across the road
I
getting
was
changed.
at some night out once.
Go
right?
on.
So you were at Heaven and you were in the toilet.
It was some night out, and some people come running on the stage, right? Some music started coming on, and these 4 people ran out. It was 2 women.
So
2
you were at a gay
blokes.
strip club?
It wasn't gay in that. It was just a normal night out. Well, some sort of party night out.
Right.
He's getting that
people
point
come
across,
running
isn't he?
on, right? You got 2 women. You got 2 blokes.
Right.
They whip the knickers off. The fellas whip their undies off.
At the same
Now-
time?
Yeah, all at the same time.
Was it like,
that,
was it like a choreographed thing?
So that happened, and all I'm saying is, right, before I had a look at the woman's bits, right, I just had
No,
a cheeky glance at
Carl!
the fellas.
Why?
What?
Just checking it out, just seeing is everything normal down
Why
there.
didn't your eyes drawn instantly to the ladies' bits?
Exactly.
No, believe me, I had a look at that. All I'm saying
But you
is,
went to the guys first.
just I didn't know how long pants were going to be left off for.
So you didn't want to miss your opportunity. You saw a window
Shit!
opportunity
The man
to
sees
see the
this.
ladies' bits and you thought I better take it because this may never happen again.
Fucking hell, Carl!
So
Oh,
you-
shit.
There's 2 women, 2 men, right? I don't know what sort of event this is where
I've
you're
still got a
looking
bit of a
at
chest
anyone
infection
get
as well,
their
by
knickers
the way,
and
so
pants. I don't know
sorry.
why you're looking at all.
night,
So you go right. There's knickers and pants.
didn't
on,
want to
right,
miss his
let's check out
opportunity.
The knob and testicles first.
You're telling me you've never, like, when you've been in a gym or anything, you've not just sort of turned your head, had a look, and gone, all right, yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
So
It's
let's
all
just get
right.
this question right.
No.
Have we ever been in a gym and just taken a sneaky glance at a man's genitals? Is that your question to us?
Right, for me, it's the same as when you see someone who's a bit odd, 2 heads or whatever.
Well, I'll be honest. If I was in a gym and a bloke came in,
I'd
with
have a
2
look at a
heads,
man with 2
I'd
heads.
look. I'd get a sneaky glance in the mirror. I'd go.
Sorry, but you'd look at his genitals or his 2 heads.
2 heads.
Or would you sneakily look at the heads and then think, I wonder if he's got 2 cocks? And just...
I don't have a look there. If I'll tell you what, and now I admit it, if I'm ever in a gym and a naked man with 2 heads walks in, I probably will check out the genitals as well, just to make
God, he
sure
looks
that
like
he's got
Fred
2 of
Flintstone,
everything.
doesn't
Can I tell you the thing that always freaks me out? I do sometimes go to the gym, and I live in North London, and the thing that always freaks me out is if there's an elderly man, often quite short. I'm always freaked out because there's at least 2 I'm aware of who've got very, very large penises. And I always find that really disturbing because sometimes you can't help but notice because it's like Godzilla coming through the change room. Do you know what I mean? So
Well, there you
that
go.
I do admit that's the only instance where my eye has been naturally drawn.
Do you know what annoys me in gyms? Where people walk round happily naked all the time whistling. They get weighed naked, pop a towel on and take off 3 ounces.
Yeah, there is
How
people like
exact
that.
have those measurements got to be?
Yeah.
And,
Do you know what I mean?
and
Pop a
usually
towel.
they're,
I mean,
they're not
unless you're going
the
on a
best in
space
shape
shuttle,
people. Not
I
that I've
reckon
got
you could
anything
give or
against
take a
people who are not in
couple
shape
of,
or
ounces
amateur
of stone,
shape.
yeah,
or
go
whatever,
Exactly,
but
yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Absolutely
he's
right.
got that
Well,
swag and
we put that
confidence.
to bed.
Even though looking at
Carl,
them,
can I
they
ask
shouldn't
you a
have
question?
any
I know
confidence
it's
at all.
what a
Well, you
lot of
wouldn't
fans
think
are
they would,
already
but
wondering.
they're not
Is there
bothered.
gonna be some monkey
There's
news
plenty of
today?
them.
There's got to be.
Of course there is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Question.
Well, I don't want. I'm worried because maybe this will steal your thunder. But Sarah has emailed this in a chimp mauling under investigation. I know you're concerned
Why
because
is
this
it
actually
going on
fuses
like
2
that?
of our greatest features, monkey news and knob news,
Oh.
into one seamless whole. Investigators said they are trying to figure out how 2 chimpanzees that viciously attacked a visitor at an animal sanctuary
Rip his knob off.
escaped from their cage. This is the grim bit. The chimps chewed off a man's nose and severely mauled his genitals and limbs.
Why did they go for his genitals?
'Cause that's what
Both
they do
of
in the
them
wild,
did as
don't
well.
they?
Eh?
Both of them. Did you say 2 chimps?
No, you're right. Yeah, it was chimpanzees too. Yeah, I don't know if
See,
both
which
of them
one
went.
did it?
They just saw that they're dangling away, and they
You
just
got
went,
for your nose?
yeah.
I got for his bollocks.
And
Now,
then
what accent have they got there?
I
those
don't
chimps?
know.
Were they kind of New York gangster chimps? They're like soprano chimps.
what happened to him anyway?
Well, unfortunately, they were shot dead by the authorities.
You see, that annoys me a bit.
I know, well, again,
What are you talking about? They're attacking people's gonads.
I know, but
That's
they
what
were
they do in the wild,
a-
though, don't
a-
they?
African jungle a couple of years ago.
That's what
Yeah,
they
but
do,
the-
isn't it?
That is what they do.
But why aren't they just sort of tranquilised? Where was
Why
this?
have
Was
I
this
been
in a zoo?
accused like it was my fault because I happened to be reading? Sarah, who emailed it in, someone who should be getting a
It just
bollocking.
annoys me how one way it's kind of like, we're trying to save the pandas, and then the next day someone's shooting them or whatever. I've talked about this before about St. George killed the last dragon, right?
No, it didn't exist.
It's the same thing though.
No, there's never been any dragons. It's
No.
a mythical creature.
Well, you don't
By
know
mythical, it means we made this up, like the unicorn.
Well,
I don't even. What was your point about the dragon? What's that got to do with
because
this?
I'm saying how, why is it all right to be going around going mental with a gun, shooting all the monkeys and killing them? Because one day we're going to run out.
This was an animal sanctuary, though. So presumably they
So
have
they're-
quite a cushy time there, because most of the ones I've visited, they've always got it easy. They're
But you
hanging around
don't-
on tyres, they got comfy chairs, they're wanking.
They're going berserk, they're loving it.
But hang on a minute, you've just answered your own question there. You said they're in a sanctuary, so they haven't had a good upbringing. So they're going to be a bit more like madder than other monkeys, aren't they? Because that's where the ill ones go, isn't it? Isn't it?
Sorry, what do you understand by sanctuary?
Well, I've been to one for seals.
It's not like a borstal.
Yeah, he thinks it's a borstal. He
It's
thinks
like
that,
scum.
Yeah, like they did some bad stuff in the jungle, and they had a little monkey caught, and they went send him to borstal.
So, well, what is it then?
No, it's a monkey sanctuary where it like a haven.
Well, it's not a haven, is it? They've got a bullet in the head.
You're not wrong, Carl.
Talking of eating knobs, Carol Thatcher, you know, a daughter of one of our leaders,
Maggie the milk
You saw it
snatcher.
in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. She popped a couple of bollocks in the mouth,
Oh.
chewed them up, swallowed them.
Oh,
Kangaroo penis there, dried. She couldn't even get, it was so tough she couldn't even get through it. And then she, eventually she eats
what was it, like a pepperoni?
Yeah, and she did, what do you think of that, Carl?
What, eating that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
I watch it. I like those little.
Oh, no, I
trial
couldn't do
bits,
it.
Right?
yeah.
But what I don't think people realise is, right, it is hard eating a little kangaroo knob. Right?
Really? How'd you know?
No, it's just, you know, you think about it and you go, oh, couldn't do that, right?
Thought of
But
it.
what they never mention on the TV programme, which I think takes it to the next level, right? They're eating that at like 7:30 in the morning,
Sure. Right,
which
for
is
breakfast.
worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I was there and Ant and Dec said, right, Carl, eat the knob, I'd go, hang on a minute, give us a few hours, let me get some rice and that on my belly, and just sort of fill me up a little bit more. I'll pop back at about 6:30 this evening,
Right.
have it ready. And I'd be happier then. It's just that thing of, you know,
You
you've
just,
been
you,
at
just
the-
don't, you don't want to eat. You
First
don't
thing in the
eat animal genitals
morning.
on an empty stomach.
So what are you saying? You could
I'm saying like I could eat a knob at night, but
repeat that. If any DJs
The
are
title,
listening,
I could eat a
just
knob
take
at
that
night.
quote, I could eat a knob at night by Carl Pilkington. Maybe do a dance remix.
Yeah,
Or just
I think
that-
maybe you're sort of a house producer and you could maybe get some kind of high energy beat going, and then we could just send that out to some of the gay clubs. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'd be really popular.
Please, anyone, send us, you know, that looped with a nice little, you know, funky house beat. Carl Pilkington
Check
saying, I can
Ricky,
eat a knob at
funky
night.
house. Carl could eat a knob at night.
Rick, it's that time again. It's what everyone's waiting for. Can you do the jingle for us?
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news. You
like this week the monkey news is about, you know, we all know, like, you know, there's monkeys knocking about that aren't happy in
Right,
this
yeah.
country.
Sure.
Isn't they?
It is a big problem. Yeah, it's an epidemic.
Just walking
So
down the
they've
street.
set up like this place
Okay.
where they all go. The ones that aren't happy in the zoo and what have you, it's getting them down.
They can phone a number and they'll come and pick them up.
Pop them in this house place, right? And basically they can run riot in there.
Yeah.
To get freedom to sort of cheer themselves up. There's 3 people
Sanctuary.
running this place, right? So these monkeys, big house and that,
PlayStation, anything they want.
gym, all that lot, swimming.
Jim.
One of them wanted to mess about with the woman's breasts.
Which woman's breast?
The woman who works there,
Right.
right? And she was like, right, pack it in, you know, we've all had a bit of fun. You've been in
Sure.
the gym and everything. She obviously, you know, got a bit excited
bit
and
fired
that.
up,
He was
yeah.
fired up and that, ready for some more action and that. He's trying to have a go on this woman's breast, right? She was like,
Have a
"No."
go.
She was like, no, you're not doing that. Pack it in and all that. The boss who's running the place was like, come on, let him have a go.
No, right, you're talking shit.
So anyway, right, so he's there and he's,
So the boss says, yeah, you
the
can have a
monkey's
break.
saying, yeah,
Fuck
the boss is
off!
saying, let him have a
Come
go.
on, Rita. If Monkey wants to play it with nipples, let him.
So she's like, I'm not happy with this. And he's going, come on, you know the rules here. We've got to cheer these monkeys up.
The rules.
This is absolute.
We
fun.
Actually, no. And in the end, because she didn't allow it to happen, the fella bloke sacked her, got someone else
Fuck
in.
off!
I want to see the advert he put in the Guardian media page. I love that. Woman wanted to let chimp feel tits whenever it wants.
Well, it's all up there.
You're talking absolute shit again.
Well, we'll see.
That is no way that happened.
God. Oh my fucking God. I just love the 3 of them. They just bounce off each other, don't they? Carl just says whatever the fuck he wants to say. Ricky's just does whatever the fuck he wants to do, curses, he don't give a flying crap. He's not arsed at all. And it's Steve who just comes in with these little sly, subtle digs every now and again. You know, it's like sometimes people don't even catch him, but he just like little underhand, like, just drops a little comment. But yeah, the three of them are wicked, man. But Carl, let's get to Carl. Carl Pilkington. I don't know what he is. They say there's a thin line between love and hate, and there's a fine line between genius and insanity, madness, basically. And I don't know what side of the defence to put Carl on, because sometimes I believe he's an absolute genius, but then on the other hand, I believe he's an absolute madman as well. It's just, no, I'd go more to a genius because, you know, he just lives his life on his terms, which is the best way. He doesn't try and be anybody else. He is himself. He was brought up on a council estate. He actually, where he's from is about 25 minutes away from where I'm from. So he just lives life on his own terms. He just does what he wants, says what he wants. He's not asked. But some of his info I do have to question a little bit. Like, you know, there was a paper back in the day, National Enquirer. It was a crazy ass paper. Stuff like JFK is alive. No, Elvis is alive. JFK abducted by aliens. You know, just some crazy, bizarre, out there stuff that paper used to have. I never bought it. I used to just look at the front cover of it when I used to buy papers back in the day. But that's where Carl gets his. It must get his info from. Where he's, you know, coming out with some of this drivel. But as I said on the other hand, guy's an absolute genius, an absolute star, and I'd love to meet him. I really would love to meet him, just to interview him and just ask him. I'd ask him one question: what's the meaning of life, Carl? And just see if he can give me a 20-minute answer on that, because I believe it would be epic. It would be absolutely epic, his answer. I'd dive in a little bit deeper, you know, but yeah, the guy's a madman and a genius in the same breath. Anyway, peeps, I'm not going to rabbit on too much because you've seen the reaction now, so I don't need to drivel on, because you would have got most of the stuff in that. And if you didn't get anything, I'm sure you can ask me. You know, if you're not from England, I get most of all of those references. But if you didn't, you know, ask away. But peeps, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to get on to episode 3 in a minute, because I'm going to do a few of them. I'm going to try and release them I'm going to try and release 2 a week, maybe on a Monday and a Friday, or a Monday and a Thursday. I'm not too sure. This one's going to go out today, which is Wednesday, because I've not done one for a while. But I'm going to try and get ahead and then get a few down, and then obviously release them like every 4 days or something, every 3 days, something like that. But anyway, peeps, going to bounce. This is Gavin from GTTV, signing out. Peace. Later.